All right, all right. Good afternoon, Infinity family. I hope each and every one of you are doing wonderful. My name is Kaylan Norton. Of course, I'm a sales director in the business. And tonight we are actually going to be training over how to speak to customers over the phone. So let's get started. As you can see, this document up here talks to you about the 3 keys to basically how to hold a conversation with an actual particular customer that you have actually set up an appointment with. So the first step in order to make sure this call is successful, you want to be sure you keep it simple, okay? Meaning that you're keeping it simple, straight to the point, and asking the following questions and following this actual guide that you have down here. 2, you want to be sure you're showing that you care, you have empathy, that you're excited to talk to this individual or person about the services that we offer, and to be able to provide them a solution to the problem that they're coming to you with. And lastly, you want to be sure you're extremely confident and ensure that you can actually provide them with the information that they need in order for them to achieve their goals. So as you can see that we have this line that actually gives you step by step on how you will actually execute an actual over the phone conversation with your client or potential client that you actually have set that appointment up with. First, after you've gotten on the phone with them, you want to be sure you identify their goals. And if I were you, I would write your client's goals down. Maybe if they tell you 1 or 2, maybe that, of course, they want to get their credit restored. 2, that they want to buy a home or buy a new car. And ask them the time frame they're trying to actually reach those goals. Are they trying to reach them in the next 3 months, 6 months, or even 12 months? And then, of course, you want to break down after they have told you that they do have negative items affecting them. And by that time, you should have received an actual text message from them telling you what their credit score was from Credit Karma, because most of this information will have been given to you during the actual initial call that you set up with your client prior to setting up an over the phone appointment. So once they identify the negative items that's affecting them, you want to tell them how we actually remove those negative items by explaining the process, but then also identifying that we leverage the actual Fair Credit Reporting Act, which was passed down by Congress in the 1970s. And basically that we go through a process where we dispute all those negative items at once, meaning that we have a team of lawyers that are on our team that's going to drop their dispute letters, and that we send those out certified mail. And that during this process, we have to give those credit bureaus at least 30 to 45 days to do their open investigation. And while you're actually doing that, in the process, you're going to explain our services. You always want to at least lead with 3 services that you can actually connect with this client with. So say, for instance, your client say, hey, I wanted to buy a home. I wanted to buy a car. Well, speak to them about our budgeting services that we have available. Speak to them about the debt payoff services. Say, for instance, if they already have certain established credit or trade lines, you can talk to them about, well, we need to get your debt to income ratio down, meaning that you need to get down your credit actual usage if their usage is above 30%. Okay. And then another service that I always leverage with my clients is tell them, well, if you want this car and you want this home, you want to be sure you establish a will, power of attorney, and a trust. Okay. And then after you do that, you want to say, well, let's get you started. I want to go ahead and get you on board and get you started right away. And at that moment, after you have explained the services to the client, in the process, you want to be sure you're asking them if they have any questions. And if they don't, you want to be sure you are quiet at some point in time and let them be able to give you some responses back. Okay. And then, of course, if you have a client that actually comes to you and state that, of course, they cannot afford whatever our actual initial cost is $188. You want to come with them with a rebuttal. And of course, let them know that the difference between other actual credit repair companies that we have. Also, you want to talk to them about the power of 5. If they refer 5 people to the platform, they can actually get their services for free. Okay. And then also you can talk to them about the family and friends discount that you choose that will expire at a certain period of time. And then after you have stated that, you want to get quiet as well to give them an opportunity to respond.
Awesome, awesome. That was phenomenal, Kaylan. Type of one in the chat. You guys got any value from Miss Kaylan going over those? That strategy, guys. I literally utilize this and I can close somebody in 3 to 5 minutes. You just stay on that line, on the course of the line, rebuttal accordingly, get quiet, put the pressure on them, because whoever speaks first loses. And that's just the art of selling in general. So what we want to do is just role play a little bit with you guys and show you how to use this actual script in conversation. So I'll be the customer. Kaylan, she'll be the agent. All right.
All right. Hi, Mr. Darrell. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for taking the time out to speak with me today. So is this still a good time for you?
Absolutely. It's definitely time for me to fix my credit. I'm trying to buy a home ASAP.
Okay. Well, you have basically answered my first question that I was going to ask you in reference to what are your goals. I know we were kind of talking about some things that you really and truly wanted to get done with your credit being repaired, but you also mentioned you wanted a car, but you also stayed at home. Is there a certain time frame that you're wanting to actually meet those goals?
I mean, by next summer would be amazing, to be honest with you.
All right, next summer. That's perfect. Definitely can help you with that. Now, Darrell, do you know what the negative items that are affecting your credit score currently right now?
I got everything on my credit. I got a child support. I got bankruptcy. I got a repossession, medical bills, you name it. I got it.
Okay, well, I can reassure you that those things can actually be removed. So basically what we do, there's a simple process that we leverage, and that's with the actual Fair Credit Reporting Act that was passed in the 1970s, which allow us as the actual agency to leverage that along with our actual credit attorneys, where we actually will drop your dispute letters for you, meaning that we will actually go after every negative item that you just mentioned to me, okay? And along with that, we dispute everything at once, and we leverage with all three credit bureaus, and we'll send the actual information off certified mail. So while we're in the process of actually removing those negative items, I will be helping assure you to how you can add positive trade lines to your credit report to build your actual score. So we actually have
trade line. What's a positive trade line?
So a positive trade line is basically what reports to the credit bureau to give you actually an actual opportunity to build your credit score, meaning that you gain points, meaning that you have positive actual reflection to your score. Meaning, say for instance, if you go open up a credit card, right? You're going to want to be sure that you pay that credit card off in a timely manner. Well, if you pay it off in a timely manner, guess what? It goes towards your actual payment history, which is 35% of your actual credit score. And then also you have your actual credit card usage, which you want to be sure you keep down within 30%. So that's what kind of positive trade line is, meaning that we're getting rid of negative items, but you want to add positive items in order for you to build your credit score going towards that 700 club or higher in order for you to be able to establish that actual home that you want to get into by next summer.
So I don't have no trade lines. So you saying I get a credit card? That's all I need to do?
Well, you can get a credit card, and there's also some other services that we have available to you. So as I stated, we're not just a company that actually offers credit restoration. We're a company that is based off of financial literacy. So we actually have an actual credit builder where we're able to show you different lines of positive trade lines that I was talking about. So you can actually report your rent. We also have secured credit cards that's available to you that you can get approved for. So those are two positive trade lines that we can help you get that will allow you to actually, for one, have actual positive payment history going towards your credit score. So therefore you can get in that home next year.
Sounds good. So you just telling me the dispute letters remove the negative items, and then I get
Yes.
this credit card and I can report my rent, and that's going to be positive to help boost my score.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. And during that actual process of you actually leveraging those credit builders, I'll be educating you more on how you can actually utilize the rest of the services that we have available. So you did tell me that you wanted to actually buy a home, right?
Correct.
All right. Well, we actually have a service where you can actually learn how to budget to know what income and what expenses you have going in and out of your household. So therefore, you'll know what you can budget for as far as affording that new home. And then also, if you have any other debt that's outstanding, do you have any other outstanding debt?
Got student loans.
Okay. Are they reflecting? Do you know, are you currently paying on those loans?
They're in deferment right now, I believe.
Okay, well, that's a good thing that they're in deferment. That doesn't mean that they are actually reflecting negatively on your actual report. Now, if they were in default, there'll be a different story, where meaning that those things can be removed if especially you had late payments. So if you have those actually reflected in a positive manner, then those will not need to be touched, okay? So with that being said, you will be able to actually move forward with the process by utilizing those other services that I mentioned, which I said budgeting, and then of course debt payoff. Since you have student loans, you'll be able to actually put that in the actual how could I say, your portal that you have in your back office that you'll have available to you. And basically in that portal, you'll be able to put in the information of whatever debt that you may have, and they'll give you a real time of how you can pay it off faster. Okay. So, and then there's another actual service that will be available to you, which is credit monitoring. In the process of you actually getting your credit repaired, you will see what those negative items that are being removed. And also you will receive actual documentation in the mail showing you what negative items have been removed in the process as well.
Gotcha.
So do you have any questions so far, Mr. Callan?
No. How much is it going to cost me? $10,000?
No, it's not $10,000. Actually, it's only going to cost you $188 to get started today, meaning that's your first month of service and also your setup fee. Okay. But we also have what we call the power of 5, meaning that if you refer 5 customers to the platform, you're able to get your next month services for free.
Oh, wow. Okay, I got
Yes.
one question.
Yes.
What separates y'all from all these other credit repair companies out here?
Well,
I may have to do some more research.
Well, Mr. Callum, one thing I can tell you what separates us from the other credit repair companies is that we go after all the negative items at once. Now, I have had customers that have been with LexisNexis, and they have stated to me that they've been with them for almost 2 years, and they've only seen 1 or 2 items come off their credit report and they come back. Well, I can tell you that having the team of credit attorneys that we have on our actual team, they're able to leverage the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And then also you get to see in real time what is being taken place in the process of your credit being restored. And also you will receive results back in the actual mail on what has been removed from your actual credit report.
Okay, I'm done. Simon, 188, let's get started.
All right, let's go.
Y'all give it up for Miss Kaylan Norton. She completely killed that. Perfect, so definitely screenshot this script, because if you can just stay on that line and you just hit those points with people, and once you learn the process and learn the services that we offer, it can just make the process real simple to go ahead and enroll someone. So I'm gonna pass it back to you, Kayla.
All right, you guys, that was very fun. I really do enjoy role playing, and I do encourage all you new agents that are in, when we have training about role playing, or even who your upline is, role play with them in order for you to get comfortable having conversations with your actual potential clients. Okay, because the simple fact of the matter that every conversation is going to be different, and you want to be comfortable being able to discuss with them certain things. As you can see, I know I did get choked up a little bit as we were role playing, but they won't know that. So you want to be sure that you're able to identify the needs for your clients, so therefore you can go in for the kill to be able to explain to them about the wonderful services that we have. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on my lovely, beautiful sister, who is an actual sales director in this business, Miss Nicole Smith. She's actually been with this platform for quite some time. She has been killing it in the game, and she's going to come and talk to you guys about planting the seeds. Miss Nicole, did you make it to the call tonight?
I did. Hey, Miss Kaylan, thank you.
Hey, lady.
And I just want to give it back to Miss Kaylan again, who is killing it, who is so smart, has even helped me along the way on a lot of things. Just love this girl. And as she stated, my name is Nicole Smith. I've been with the company for about 10 months. And I just want to talk to you a little bit about planting the seed. I know a lot of times we talk to a lot of people and we sometimes feel like that we've been ghosted. I mean, I know you've heard this term quite a bit since you've been in the business, and new people and even new agents coming on. This is what I'm talking about. You may speak with someone and then you may not hear anything else from them, but that's okay because you planted that seed, because for sure they are watching you. They are watching your page. They are watching what content that you put on your page. So you want to make sure that you're always pouring value into people and that you're always posting something positive, whether it be a quote, whether it's something about the company, whether the results that people are achieving. You want to make sure that you're putting all this content on your page, because guaranteed these people will come back and they will contact you. I have talked to people maybe 3 or 4 months ago that are now contacting me about getting their services started because it's something that they've seen or something that they've heard somebody say on my page or something they've heard me say that makes them trust me. So you want to put all positive things so that people will trust you, because that's what they're looking for. They want to make sure this is something that's legit and they can trust you with their personal business. So you want to make sure that your page reflects that. And then too, you also want, there's power in the follow-up. You know, you want to reach out, back out to these people. If you haven't heard from them, reach out to them, and not particularly just to talk about credit, but just reach out to them just to say, hey, how are you doing? You know, how are things going? How are things going with you and your family? Because when people see that you're genuinely concerned about them, then they genuinely they trust you more. And then the conversation turns from not just them, but then they say, hey, I do want to talk to you about credit. What can we do about it? So there goes the conversation. You've opened that door. And I don't know how many of you are gardeners like I am, but I go out there and you may plant tons of seeds, plenty of them. But do you see any yield from that seed the next day? No. You may not see all of those plants come up, but the ones that do come up, they are bountiful. And that's a bountiful harvest. And it's the same way when you plant these seeds with these for these people in these people, then yeah, they're going to come back and you're going to have an overflow. And if you plant 100 seeds, you talk to 100 people and say only 30 respond. Okay, well, that 30 respond. Well, then they got 30 friends that they talking to. So that plant just continues to grow. So I just want to tell everybody to just be encouraged, stay encouraged, don't get knocked down because you may not hear back from somebody, because guaranteed, if it's today, tomorrow, 2 months, 4 months, you'll definitely hear back from these people as long as you continue to pour value and be positive. And I just want to hand this back over to Ms. Kaylan. That's my bit. I just want to tell everybody, keep your head up, keep pushing. Let's be great. 2022 is going to be a great year.
All right. I hope you guys got some great value from Ms. Nicole Smith. You guys, what she said, I promise you that it is definitely true. I started back in this business in April. Actually was a customer back in December, but I saw how big this actual company has really changed my life as far as a customer perspective. But also back in April when I first started, that as she stated, I planted so many seeds and I was expecting them for just to sprout right then and there. But I knew that I was pouring into them and giving them much needed value. And to this day, a lot of those customers have came back to me. As of not too long ago, I just got a sign up from one of those customers. So planting those seeds go along the entire way, you guys. Stay true to the game. Put your all into it, because I guarantee you will reap what you sow. And that harvest that you plant, it is going to be bountiful, beautiful, and you're going to see so many flowers and trees that flourish from those seeds that you plant. So without further ado, off of my soapbox rant, I would like to introduce our sales director, Mr. Kenny Wright Gross. This young man is killing it in the business, you guys. He is doing extremely well in this business. And I would like to hand it over to him, Mr. Kenny. Did you make it to the call tonight?
Yes, ma'am, I sure did. Thank you, friend. Thank you so
You're
much for that warm introduction. Man, so Kaylan is very kind, like with the handoff, and so I just want to give it back to her and just tell her, listen, we're both moving up in this thing, and so I'm very excited to always partner with you whenever given the opportunity, and you crushed it tonight. So thank you for passing the baton to me, and I hope that I can, be equally as effective as I go through and share with you all tonight. So as she stated, I am a sales director, and I was asked tonight to speak to our Infinite Freedom fam. Infinite, yeah. So I was asked to speak to you all tonight about a very simple technique that we are using and that we are seeing great results with. And so once you've planted those seeds and you've watered those seeds and you get a chance to actually sit down with someone, what is going to be the way that you get them from just being interested to actually walking them from A to Z? And so tonight we're going to talk a little bit about that. And I have these little tools right here. I'm going to show you on my screen, but I carry these with me because they're super effective. And I want you guys to get comfortable. This is the best tool in your arsenal. You got on one side, the customer side, that's going to break down the pricing. And then on the other side, bam, we're going to break it down for the agents. And if you got these with you, wherever you go, I mean, you can have that conversation and you don't have to worry about, man, did I forget something? You don't have to worry about, did I explain it right? Because not only are they hearing you, but they're able to see it. So I'm going to share my screen and pull this up for you guys tonight. And I hope that I can add some value and get us all moving in the right direction. Can y'all see that?
Yes.
Y'all can see my screen? Okay, perfect. Let me make that a little bit bigger. Is that a little easier? That's a little easier on the eyes?
Yes.
All right, awesome. Learn how to change your financial future forever. And that's what we're talking about. As Kaylan stated when they were doing the role playing, when you're talking to people and you're talking about financial literacy, you're talking to them about something that they understand the importance of, but for whatever reason in life, they have not found the right tools to get them on track, or they had it on track and got off track, and now they're trying to figure out how to get back on track. That's what we're here for. So we're going to show them, show them and tell them what that process looks like. So right here on the front, you got some statistics that are going to be important, just because you want to see where they are, and also to put them at ease as far as not feeling isolated. A lot of times people don't go get help, or they run from or avoid having the conversations because they feel like, man, I'm too grown for this. My life should be on track, but for whatever reason, things happen. And so to know that they're not by themselves is going to give them a certain reassurance. And then you can tell them, hey, we've helped some of these millions of Americans who have struggled, and you can be the next one to get that help. So that's right there on the front page. What's the solution to these issues that you're having, these struggles? Boom, it's our protection plan. It's an award-winning protection plan that's very affordable. And it not only does what you need in reference to the specific topic of credit restoration, but also included is a ton of other, again, award-winning features that come with it. And so you go ahead and break that down for them in a way that just makes it, I mean, not to insult anyone, but it's at this point, now that they can see it and hear it, it's foolproof. Like, for a fact, I get it. It just makes sense. And then you get to go ahead and share with them the price point, which is crazy in the first place, but then in addition to that, gets even better. And so they're seeing it. They're visualizing that I'm getting a protection plan. I'm getting a package. I'm getting a membership. People feel like they walking into Sam's Club or something because you're making it very comprehensible. So comprehensible. So here we are telling them that it starts off at 89, and in the fourth month, it breaks down to 69. Who's not going to get excited about getting a price break, and then on top of that, getting more added value? And that just continues to happen. And that lets them know that you are someone who's bringing value to their life, and that the company that we represent is that type of company, the mindset that that company has to do such a thing, right? And so by the time you've broken that down and you tell them, hey, it's only $99 with the activation plus the $89 for your monthly included, they're ready to go ahead and pull the trigger. And so this tool is essential to your success, and it's super easy to have with you. Like I said, I carry these with me pretty much everywhere I go now, just in case. Like if I'm going to the grocery store, I'm gonna have it with me. And so,
if you don't mind, do you mind just breaking down some of the services for the new agents, please, as well?
Absolutely, yes, sir, yes, sir. So what I usually do is I pick the ones that I think people can wrap their minds around. And of course, usually the conversation started in reference to credit. So I'm going to go with the credit restoration, and I'm going to break down to them like Kaylan did, that essentially we have our credit attorneys who are going to draft up the letters on your behalf. They're going to feel comforted by that. So by knowing that their credit is made up, and this is going to be part of the lingo, your credit is made up of two parts. One part is the negatives, one part is the positives. And so what we're going to focus on right there is cleaning up the negatives. And when they understand that they're getting their negatives cleaned up, and simultaneously, or the next step is that they can have their positives built up. So we do the cleanup and the build up, that credit restoration, it just is going to make sense to them. And so I immediately connect that to the credit builder, because that's the positive part, right? So we're getting rid of the negatives, building up the positives, and those two work as a dynamic duo. And then I would tell them, if you're going to go ahead and clean it and build it, you might want to pay attention to it. So I tell them included is our smart credit monitoring system, which is going to be, continuing, real-time updates, so you can pay attention and watch your score increase on purpose. And it also gives them a breakdown of what their score looks like from different views. So if they're looking at an auto score, insurance score, et cetera, and they're going to understand, okay, these are important, because if I'm applying for this, I need to know what score is actually going to be relevant. So to know that that's already included in this award-winning protection plan, that again gives them another level of confidence. Like, yo, this package is really well put together for my benefit, so I can win, right? And so then I might kind of switch it up just a notch, and I'll talk to them about the YFL Family Mint, because again, if we go back up to the top where it's talking about the statistics that we deal with and how the financial literacy is not taught in our schools and et cetera, any of them that have children are going to be excited to know that now they have the opportunity to convey this knowledge to their children and not have them start off with the same, behind the curve that we did. A lot of us had to figure it out as we were getting started. We launched into adulthood and just were going. And some of us had, a little bit of understanding. Some of us were just, like I said, figuring it out as we go. So to know that that's included, that there's tutorials and et cetera included that they can now bring into their household, a lot of people get excited about that. And so what I do is I weave all that together and let them know each of these things by themselves could be, anywhere from a few $100s to more. Like our will and trust could be a few $1,000s, but that is included because guess what? Our company wants to see you succeed. And so people love that, man. Like they really can wrap their mind around it. Oftentimes they're thinking like, what's the catch? It can't be this good. And so you just reassure them it really is that good. And so, I've gotten a lot of good responses from that. Like, man, I've been looking for you. I wish I would have found you last year, things like that. Because oftentimes when they did go looking, they found someone and they charged, thousands and thousands of dollars. And here we are making it valuable and very much affordable. And so you can have that confidence when you're talking to someone that you are bringing value to them. You're not ripping them off. You're not kind of giving, charging them more than you should. It is more than reasonable. And so you can go in with a certain posture like, hey, I got the solution that you've been looking for. I have the answer for all your problems, and just really present it that way. And so that's kind of the approach that I would go with that. So once you done broke that down to them, and you've gotten them to understand the 188, and they're just like, man, that's crazy. Hey, guess what? It could potentially get better because you may not have to continue to pay the monthly of $89. And they'd be like, well, what do you mean? Well, you can come on board and be a part of our referral system. And there's two ways you can do that. You can do that as a customer and, you know, potentially get your monthly fee, you know, taken care of by referring 5 people, or you can take it up a notch and you can come on and I can show you what I do. And then you can be an agent and have an additional stream of income coming into your household. People are like, well, tell me a little bit more about that. So that's that's kind of the transition. Because a lot of times what people are dealing with is if they're having financial struggles, it's because they're either not managing their money well, or sometimes they really just don't have enough income coming into the house. And so, in fact, if you need an additional stream of income and you need your problem solved in reference to your credit being repaired, why not get that 2 for 1, where you're going to get the services included, and then you can also bring some extra money into your household. And people will be like, yeah, I think I see where you're going. And so, again, you can just string that, just keep stringing the beads, and they're going to follow you because it does make sense. It's probably one of the most sensible things that I've been able to talk to people about in a long time. And you don't have to feel like super pressed or challenged about making it make sense. And then the next question is, okay, well, how do I get paid? Let's go ahead and dive into it. So you get paid in a few different ways from the same work that you put in, and people like that. You have the direct personal income from each person that you sign up. We know now, those of us that have come on board, you're going to get $100 for signing someone up, getting them their very own protection plan and getting them enrolled. You get paid for that. Pretty straightforward. If you just do that, you get paid, you get paid, you get paid for every person you sign up. Boom, that's pretty dope. Then as long as they stay on, guess what? You also get a residual or recurring from month to month to month. This right here is crazy when you think about it. $12 is like, oh man, that's not really that big of a deal. But when you're helping on average, you know, at least one person a day, that could potentially be 5 people a week, 20 people a month. Those numbers start to get a little bit better. And right here, can y'all see that right there? I don't know. Yeah. It's a little blurry, so I'm trying to make sure I'm telling y'all the truth. But that's extra $60, which then could potentially compound and grow because, again, this is ongoing. So the next month, you're going to be doing the same amount of work. Guess what? It just doubled. That's $120. And then the next month, $240. And then the next month, y'all see where it's going? And so that's money for the work that you did and that you'd be doing anyway. And now it's just compounding. That's a beautiful thing to me. So that's, you signed up these people, you got paid, they stayed on because you're doing great with customer service and you're getting them the results, you're getting paid again. I mean, who wouldn't want to get paid for the work that they already did? Now, in addition to that, okay, some people like Kenny, some people like, he ain't really my flavor, no problem. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring people on like Tamara, Latrice, Daryl, right? And I'm going to expand my reach and my point of influence by building and connecting with business partners who also have a similar vision. And guess what? They might like Tamara better than they like me. They might like Latrice better than they like me. They be like, he too tall, long and lanky. He too ugly. I'm gonna go with the other crew. And hey, I'm cool with that. It ain't gonna hurt my feelings none at all. But guess what? I'm still gonna go ahead and get paid by bringing on those partners. And that's gonna position me to level up in the company. And so who wouldn't want to level up when given the opportunity, expand their reach, impact more lives, and get compensated financially for doing so? Again, you're setting them up for the win. And I'm, for those, setting them up for the win. That's what we're about. So that's a beautiful thing. In addition, you have the opportunity to make bonuses. All right. So you're getting paid for signing up customers. You're getting paid for building partners and signing up and expanding your reach with these relationships of other people who have a similar vision. You're getting paid for your customers that stay on, and you're getting residuals for it. And then now you're going to have, I didn't even talk about the customer acquisition bonus, which is 2 for 1 ratio. Every time you're able to trigger a cab, that's another bonus that's unlocked, and that's more money coming into your pocket. And it's crazy because these are monies that are coming in every Thursday. That's weekly pay. Who don't want that? So people are super excited, and when you can present it to them in that way, it makes sense. And now here comes some more bonuses that can get unlocked as you start to level up, like our very own Mr. Daryl Callum, who is in the Infinity bonus. And guess what? At Vice President, my man's is getting 1.5%. 1.5% of what? Mr. Daryl Callum, you want to tell them about the $100,000 that you bringing in with your team plus some, and you're getting a percentage of that every month, no matter what?
Yeah, so that's just the team is doing 100,000 volume points, and that comes to 1.5% of that in an extra bonus check, which equals to $1,500 just simply for sustaining that title. In addition to the customers, and
yes,
additional to the customers and the customers that's paying the $1,500, that's a monthly infinity bonus. And as far as the customer acquisition bonus, depending upon how you're leveling up within the comp plan, you earn anywhere between $100 and $560 per business partner, and you can make upwards of $460 every time a business partner signs up a business partner.
Bam. What's that old movie back in the 90s where they was like, more money, more money, more money, right? It's crazy. And so when people see that, like right here, this is what he's talking about, anywhere from $100 to $560 just for building your team, expanding your reach, and helping impact more lives. So Mr. Daryl Callum is very humble, and he's talking about that $1,500 extra dollars that drops in once a month. Guess what? That's a beautiful thing, and it's very feasible. And he's going to be part of showing you and me and anybody that we bring on how to do the same thing, how to duplicate those same results, so you can have a little extra spending change. Then we have people like our very own Pinnacle, which is none other than Alfred Nixon. You want to break that down for him, boss? Tell him about this 3%, which is like, okay, that's crazy, but it's 3% of what?
10 million. So his team is basically doing 10 million volume points on a monthly basis.
On a monthly basis. Yes, sir.
So the company pays him 3% of that and a bonus check. So that comes to $300,000. Literally, he's only 29 years old. It took him like 4.5 years to hit the Pinnacle level. He gets 300,000 just for that one piece. You're still getting the customers. You're still getting the customers that's already paying. You're still building your team. You also earn override residuals off your whole organization. And that monthly bonus check is just completely separate. Then you can tell them about the last piece as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I forgot to mention. So you're getting the $12 residual plus the $3 override. So again, those just begin to add up. And I'm still trying to wrap my mind around not $300,000 a year, y'all, but $300,000 a month is crazy. And my man came in and has only been doing this for about 5 years. Name a job, name a place, name an opportunity that you've seen that has that type of real growth potential. And to me, it's like, it's well worth it to get involved and to tell people, look, we're not selling dreams, but we're making dreams reality. So what else did I miss, boss? We didn't get into
R&R
the
Club.
R&R, right? So the R&R, the R&R Club, where you get a chance to actually get bonus funds for your retirement. Because again, typically the largest bills that people have for sustaining their daily living monthly, you're looking at a rent or a mortgage that can be anywhere. If you live in a conservative community, you're looking at $700-800 on the low end. A lot of places people living now where you're trying to get a comfortable place for your family, you're looking at $12, $18, sometimes $2,000 a month for rent. That's crazy. A car note, again, depending on, hopefully you're getting your credit right so you can get something reasonable, but you're looking at $300, $400, $500 a month. Those are residual bills for things that you need to sustain life. Well, guess what? Our company is saying, we want to help you with that. Because if we can get those things taken care of for you, then you'll truly be debt free, right? Guess who has reached already a part
and what does it take you to?
Of that R&R Club? That's going to be none other, again, than our good friend, our mentor, and our vice president, Mr. Daryl Callum, who within less than 10 months made it into level 1 in less than 10 months?
Yeah, we're working on level 2 right now.
Right now. So in less than 10 months, they're taking care of. He got him a Benz. He looking clean. He looking clean. And again, it's not just for the sake of stunting. It's just saying, hey, I've worked hard. I take care of my family. I'm helping other people be successful. Why not go ahead and get the things that I love and enjoy? And guess what? The company is going to help me by doing so. And it's not a company car. It's not a car that he has to give back if he decides to, go and pursue other endeavors or whatever the case. It's his. This is his car, but they're paying for it. And that's going to give him additional freedom to do what he will with that 1.5% that he's getting, that $1,500 that's coming in as a bonus, plus the overrides of 3, and then the residuals of 12, and plus he's signing up. How many business partners do you think he's brought into this company, into this organization, where he's getting weekly he's getting deposits? And I ain't gonna put all his business out there, but I've seen some of them, they look real nice. And that's what we're working toward. But all that represents is the amount of people that he's helped, the amount of people and the amount of lives that he's either helped get back on track or to get an increase and accelerate them from one level to the next. It's a beautiful thing. So level 2, instead of just taking care of your car note, now they're looking at giving you just one big old $10,000 bonus plus $1,500 towards a car allowance. Well, what could you do with $1,500 worth of car? That's a lot of vehicle. Probably can go ahead and get anything you want or get you two. If you got a spouse, significant other, if you got children, whatever, loved ones that you want to take care of them and make sure they riding clean too, guess what? You have the funds to do so, and you can allocate it accordingly. Then you can just keep going up, keep going up. Level 6 to me is like ridiculous, because that right there is, again, we're talking about your mortgage or your rent. That is $5,000 a month. And I'm learning now to expand my imagination, right? We sometimes in life, we get older and we think, oh, we got to think practical and realistic and et cetera. And so we put limits on our imagination. But I never would have imagined having a house that required me to be paying $5,000 a month. I don't know if I ever will, but the possibility that I can, and it's going to be taken care of. I mean, as Daryl says, I could get me a castle. I mean, I'm a king. Why not get me a castle? I could enjoy that. Or again, I can be conservative and get me, multiple places. I can do it however I want. But the point is, those are funds coming into my household or into my bank account, and I can allocate and put them where I need them. That's a blessing. And when you are being blessed, it puts you in a position to be a blessing. How many people's lives could you impact if you put yourself in that type of position? And so the company is going to assist you as long as you do the work, but you can get level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to level 10. These are lifetime retirement bonuses that are included just for maintaining those titles and continuing to help other people to grow and develop. So to me, man, that's a beautiful thing. And again, depending on how the conversation is flowing, you're going to have all of this right here with you to just go ahead and break it down to the person who's potentially interested and give them everything that they need to get them on board. And right after that, you're going to go ahead and get them on there with your upline, call whoever the person that brought you in. If you're not comfortable, if you're new at this, and again, we're talking about new agents here, but you're still going to have these tools at your disposal. And then call Kenny, call Daniel, call Jamal, call Daryl, get them on the line. And guess what? Let's get this person started, get them moving in the right direction, get them with that momentum by painting this vision and letting them say, hey, whatever your goals are, the company has pretty much already thought of every dream that you can imagine. And it's right here included in your comp plan. If you want to go ahead and make it happen, we can show you how to do that. And there's a plan of execution that can be put to play. So I think I hit on most of what I needed to hit tonight, and I'm super excited that that Daryl allowed me to share this platform with you all and to just give you a little bit of, hold on, let me.
Kenny, you killed that, man. 100%. Y'all type of 1 in the chat. You got some value from Kenny.
I appreciate it. Thank you much. But yeah, I'm gonna hand it over to you, my brother. Close us on out, if you will. Always, man, just so honored to link arms with you, man. Like, you've been a great visionary. He might not want me to say this, but I told him yesterday, I said, he's like William Wallace, and he's leading us into infinite freedom, right? But the freedom that we're fighting is from inside. A lot of us have barriers of whatever life experience that causes us to kind of resist. But I'm very grateful to link up with you, brother. And I'm excited to see where you're taking us, and the possibilities are truly infinite. So salute to you, man. I thank you.
100%, man. The pleasure is all mine. Kaylan is actually, you know what? Miss Mary, is she able to speak now?
Hey, Kitty, sorry, Dale, real quick. Can I interject?
Yeah.
All right. Hey guys, Jamal. Nice to meet y'all. So the training on Thursday, I just want to